After seeing some familiar faces on the podium in the last event, we are back for a classic event, back from Season 1, it's Collision. And coming into this event, Condiment Kings, Hell Clowns, and the Green Peacocks separated by just 1 point, so whoever does the best in this event surely will take the lead after. I am Ramen Powder, of course, and I'll be joined by Angus, your host for Season 3.
Well, actually, the 7 Speed is the host for Season 3, but I am very much the commentator. Here we see the Expedition pre-show team showing us how Collision works. A straight-up brawl with flash fires and super cat's eyes. It is a 2-1 win here. However many marbles that you keep on the board, you get a point. It is simply bracket style. No groups, we're straight into it with this one. And the flash fires just beat the super cat's eyes in this opening group. And you can see, just the intro, how this is going to work.
Yeah, Flash Fires will get a 2-1 victory, and we'll get into the heats. All 5 marbles on each of the teams coming down now. Green Peacocks from the far side, Marauders from the near side, and Green Peacocks have 3 on, and they will stay that way. Marauders, I think it's just 1 for them, so convincing victory for the Green Peacocks.
Green Peacocks, they've been on fine form as of late. 2 silvers in the Funnel Classic and the Swing Wave, and it's looking pretty strong early days here. 3-1 to the Marauders, and as you saw, there are now 5 marbles. The new reserve members, who at the moment their names are private, but they are competing for their teams for the first time as we move on to Heat 2. Team Mayhem and the home team Serpent Speeders hitting the track now, and it's looking like, it's dominant for the Serpent Speeders, 3-0.
The Serpent Speeders easily will get the win over Team Mayhem on the far side. You can see Team Mayhem on the far side. Serpent Speeders doing such a good job of just holding still in their play as Team Mayhem, complete opposite, just splaying out to the sides, and Team Mayhem, that will result in 0 points for them, because the teams that don't advance is based on points differential, so they are not going to have a good run. Now, Hell Clowns on the Crazy Chickens. Hell Clowns need to bounce back after that last event, and they have 1 on the board. Crazy Chickens have 1 as well, but are there any marbles hiding behind the walls? We'll have to see.
I was paying attention. I think those that were behind the board have slipped off, and there's a Crazy Chicken that just slid off. That might have been the difference, and it was. We're going to a tiebreaker here. Those that are still on the board are going to go down. Oh no, sorry, never mind. Those that fell off come down, leaving those in their place. And let's see how the tiebreaker goes. They're all pushing each other, and I think that's going to be a 2-1 win for the Crazy Chickens. The Hell Clowns continuing to spiral away after a great 2-event opener.
Yeah, the Hell Clowns, you can see, I think the marbles in the way actually played a big difference here. Hell Clowns just getting in the way of them, and Crazy Chickens 2-1 victory, although Hell Clowns, they won't do too bad in this event because they did go to a tiebreaker. Now, Jade Jockey's near side, White Knights on the far side. Who will get the edge over these 2? White Knights will have 2 on the board, and Jade Jockey is completely blanked.
Now, we've seen this recently. The J-Jockeys, of course, they were kept very busy during Tour de Endurance's break. They were over at Marble Invites. They had a very respectable show, and they finished in 5th, but Collision was not their strong suit in that tournament, and that's evident here. The White Knights 2-0 over the J-Jockeys. Now look to Grayscales and Navy Seals. Navy Seals, higher seeded. They got silver here in Season 1. What can they do against the Grayscales?
And it will be 2-2, I think that is. Unless there's anyone's hiding behind the walls, but I think we're going to be going to another tiebreaker round. Our Season 1 champion and, as Angus said, the highest seeded team in this event that's still here. So we will be going to tiebreaker.
As you see, there was one Grayscale member that came to a stop immediately, but he's right in the middle of the field. So Navy Seals and Grayscales both have obstacles to avoid from their own teammates, and I think that worked dividends for Navy Seals. Despite having one sitting right in front of their own team's ramp, he avoids everyone. And the Navy Seals, 3-2, they'll move on to the next round. That shouldn't be too surprising. Navy Seals, of course, most experienced in this event, besides the Cosmonauts, but of course, they're down in the B League.
Yeah, the Navy Seals, I think they used that one Grayscale sat in the middle to bump the other Grayscale off while stopping their own momentum. Very good strategy for them. Now, Neptune Nomads and the Citrus Sprinters. Neptune Nomads all come to the near side. And they will have 1 fall off just at the end there. But they do have 1 on the board, and I don't know if there's any Citrus Sprinters there. No, I think they've all come off.
No, Citrus Sprinters got completely blanked there, all thrown to the sides. Great formation by Neptune Nomads coming down the ramp to just throw them all in different directions. The Neptune Nomads convincingly advanced there. Now, Party Crashers and the Blue Brigade, both of these teams won the podium last time. Let's see if they can both try and compete for a podium this time. Blue Brigade get flung in all directions, and it's another 1-0 win, but this time to the Party Crashers. Blue Brigade, what happened there?
The Party Crashers, of course, 1 gold in the last event in the Swing Wave, and they will continue good form here, at least with the top half. Blue Brigade, 3rd overall last season, 3rd overall last event. but they will not. They'll be 1-0. Although 1-0 is not too bad. They won't be down all the way at the bottom. Now, Condiment Kings and Lagoon Platoon, these two teams, not very experienced in this event.
But look at Lagoon Platoon. You wouldn't know it based off of that run. They've grouped 4 of their marbles. That's a new record for this event so far. Up in that top corner, they used the block to stop themselves. That's a 4-1 win. The Condiment Kings absolutely ruined in that event by Lagoon Platoon. Look at that. Look at that. Well, I don't know what the word for 4 is, but look at that group up there. 4-1 Lagoon Platoon. They've got to be looking like favourites going into quarterfinals after a run like that.
Quartet is the word for 4, Angus. And Grayscale's best of the rest. Team Mayhem down in last. Lagoon Platoon, you'd have to think they'd be one of the favorites going to the next round. Now, Green Peacocks and the Serpent Speeders. Green Peacocks, very good run of form. Serpent Speeders, the hosts, what can they do? Oh, one of them will fall off there, and Green Peacocks, I think, will get advancement. Green Peacocks have one in the center, and oh wait, I think, do the Serpent Speeders have 2 on? No, I think they don't.
No, they don't. 2-1. The Serpent Speeders as the home team. They could have snuck it in there, but they just had too much momentum and they peel off to the side. Green Peacocks are on to the semi-finals for a shot at another medal, perhaps, as Crazy Chickens and White Knights hit in quarterfinal B. And Crazy Chickens have 3 on the board still. White No, they've lost their last one. Unless there's one behind that block. Chickens have just thrashed the White Knights in this round with just kind of avoiding the White Knights and sticking to the platform on the end. That is quite frankly a strategy that most are going to avoid. They avoided the collisions, the Crazy Chickens did.
Crazy Chickens, dominant win in this quarterfinal. They are trying to make a statement heading to the later rounds. Now, Navy Seals and the Neptune Nomads. Neptune Nomads, I think, only got a 1-0 win. Navy Seals, though, they're the highest seeded team, so they are looking pretty good. But I think it's a 1-1 in this quarterfinal. We'll have to see.
I'm looking at those Neptune Nomads. I think I see 3 off already. There goes that last one. That would have been pivotal. Neptune Nomads and Navy Seals, they are tied 1-1, so we will go to a tiebreaker. Going to peel them back up. But look at those spots. Navy Seals are right in front of the Neptune Nomads ramp. That is not looking good for the Navy Seals. Down they come, and they're immediately knocking him to the side. But they're all peeling off. 2 more have gone off, and that's going to be another tie. 2-2.
So we go to another tiebreaker round. Doesn't matter how many times we go, we have to have a winner to see who advances. If it's 2-2, we will go once again, take the marbles off, put them back on, and see who gets more. 2-2. Neptune Nomads really putting up a good fight against the Navy Seals.
Neptune Nomads, you see trios over there on the side. The Navy Seals knock into each other and not very much contact due to the marbles sitting in front of the ramps. But you can see, look at that, Navy Seals immediately slowing each other down. That worked very well. Neptune Nomads have one rocket off, but I think, you're not going to believe this, we've got a 3rd tie. It's 3-3 now, and we have another tiebreaker round to go to.
This is unbelievable. Navy Seals and the Neptune Nomads, they are knotted for the 3rd time. And, of course, we will go once again. Neptune Nomads going off. I think there was 2 Neptune Nomads off, but only 1 for the Navy Seals. And have the Navy Seals sealed it?
I think they have, surely. After 3 tiebreaker rounds, we've got to have a winner at this point. I see 3 on the board. Surely there's no one behind that block. There's 2 over there for Neptune Nomads. That is it. We finally have a winner. Navy Seals 3 to the Neptune Nomads 2. What a battle that was. But the theoretical number 1 seed gets to advance. Party Crashers and Lagoon Platoon following up a match like that. How's this one going to go?
Party Crashers going off. Oh, they have 2 on. And it will be 1 on for the Party Crashers, 1 on for Lagoon Platoon. Party Crashers actually look much better. You can see all of their marbles kind of falling off late though. And that means I think we're going to another tiebreaker round. The first one of this heat.
I wonder if there'll be any more. We had 3 in the last round, maybe even 4 overall rounds, 3 tiebreakers. Look at that, Lagoon Platoon. They're right in front of Lagoon Platoon's ramp. How will that work? It actually, Party Crashers as a result. Oh, look at that. 3-0 Party Crashers. Let's see here. Lagoon Platoon, they slow each other down to let marbles sitting in front of the ramp. And that lets the Party Crashers just smash into him. And it knocks every Lagoon Platoon member off, leaving a 3-0 win for the Party Crashers.
Party Crashers also trying to make a statement for them as well. After getting the gold in the last event, clearly they've had some work done in the team events in the off-season, and they have a top 4 finish locked in against the Navy Seals, and it's going to be the Crazy Chickens and the Green Peacocks, though, in the first semi-final.
And here they are now, the Peacocks and the Chickens. So, on the Green Peacocks far, Crazy Chickens near. Green Peacocks splay themselves out, and that almost worked very well. I think there is a chicken hiding behind that wall. Let's have a look at this replay. So Green Peacocks, they fly out in all directions. They've got a very, very wide formation. Chickens stayed more strung together, and those two seem to even each other out, and it's a 1-1 tie. There is definitely a chicken behind that wall. Yep, there he is.
So we go to another tiebreaker round. Remember, as we go to the semifinals, it doesn't matter how many tiebreakers around there are. It just matters who gets advancement. 2 green peacocks on. Will they stay that way? Yes, they will. 1 chicken on the far, but is there another chicken close, hiding behind the wall like they did in the previous round? We'll have to see.
I think there is. He wasn't nudged. You can see there was no movement behind that wall. Yep, there he is. 2-2. It is still hiding behind that wall. It's still in neither team's favour. We've got one more round to go. You see, in fact, no one is obstructing the field too much here. There was a chicken, actually, and that works in the favour of the green peacocks, I think. Was he knocked out from behind the wall? Is it 2-2, or have the green peacocks snatched it through here?
I think it's done. I think there's only 1 chicken left on the board. Surely this is it for the green peacocks, and it is 2-1. The green peacocks nudging the crazy chickens at the far side. You can see that made a huge difference, and we move on to the next semi-final. Navy Seals and the Party Crashers.
Down they come. Navy Seals spread out into almost a line there. In fact, we have cleared the entire board. No one stays on it. Could have been another shot at the collision final for the Navy Seals, but they just are unable to stop themselves. And they peel off to the far side, and that's going to be... We're going to load up everyone. It's a clean slate. We're basically doing it again. Party Crashers and Navy Seals. What do they have for each other?
And it looks like, will it be 1-1? No, I think Party Crashers have just 1 marble, and that's the only one on the board. Party Crashers, with the green peacocks advancing, I'm sure they'd love to get in the final and face off with them, and I think they will be going to the final, and they will. 1-0, Party Crashers to the final.
And look at this, the Green Peacocks and the Party Crashers for the 2nd event in a row are standing on the top step of the podium, but will it be in the same order or a different one? We'll have to wait and see. For now, Crazy Chickens versus the Navy Seals. Navy Seals, I'm sure, fuming to miss the final in an event they're very good at. Let's see what they do in the 3rd place round. There's still many competitors on the board. 1 more Navy Seal peels off, and that's going to be a 3-3 tie. I'm pretty confident there's no one hiding behind any walls in this round.
Yeah, look at the far side. All of those marbles, 2 Navy Seals and a Crazy Chicken, just hanging on for dear life. Even all the way to the far side. On the other side, you can see there's a Crazy Chicken and a Navy Seal. So it's 3-3, and we get them on the board and get them going again.
And that was a mess of collisions. There wasn't much collision going on there at all, but I think the Navy Seals, yeah, this Crazy Chicken there, he's nudged off, just tapped by the Navy Seals. That sends him straight off the track. Everyone else falls off. That is going to be 3-2. Navy Seals have captured their first medal of Season 3, a clean bronze.
The Navy Seals are going to be happy to at least get a bronze. But now, for the gold medal match, the blockbuster finale, Party Crashers and the Green Peacocks. Who claims gold?
Down they go. It looks like there's 3 on the board still for the Green Peacocks. It does not matter. He peels off last second, but it is irrelevant to the final score. The Green Peacocks, a 2-1 win, and have stuck it to the Party Crashers after the Party Crashers not only their Swing Wave win, but also their Season 2 championship.
Green Peacocks, they're going to be very happy to get the gold here, and I think it's just sweeter that they've beaten the Party Crashers to do it. They've captured their first gold ever in Tour de Endurance.
Oh man, what a win for the Green Peacocks. Despite an already illustrious Tour de Endurance career, they captured their first gold, and also well done to Party Crashers and Navy Seals for rounding us out.
So as we look at the standings, with that gold medal fittingly, Green Peacocks have taken the lead, and it's a healthy lead over the Hell Clowns. The Party Crashers have jumped up to 3rd now over the Condiment Kings. The next event will be the Downhill Drag. Stay tuned for then.